Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Live from Hollywood, Florida, my daughter's house. You can't really see, but right over there, there's water. There's a palm tree right over there, and water. And there's iguanas, and there's people playing golf on the other side of the water. So she lives mamish on the water. It's beautiful over here. It's very, very nice. What a chasana last night. We came special. 25 hours. I hope only 25 hours. I hope the flight, actually it was delayed a little bit. So it's more hours.
You got more time.
28 hours. A little bit of a delay in the flight. So Baruch Hashem, I'm able to give this year right now, which is going to be shown tomorrow morning, Friday morning in Eretz Yisrael. We do it as usual. Taxi's going to be waiting. Actually, he's waiting right now, but about 40 minutes. Try to hurry up over here. Just to show you a little bit of the chasana. This was at the chasana. Barry Weber and what's his name? Now, I think I mentioned the story, or maybe I didn't mention the story. Which shir did I not mention this? Did I say the story about what happened in the hotel when we were meeting that guy? Oh, I didn't say it in English. I got to tell you the story. Crazy story. I thought it was a beautiful story. We're talking to one of the supporters of MDY in a hotel lobby in Palm Beach. But let's say there's not a lot of firm people hanging out there. But there was a conference there, and he happened to be there, part of the conference. So we're schmoozing with him, and as and I'm telling him that we do, and we're one of the largest kiruv organizations in the world, and that MDY goes through it's $3 million budget, which is interesting because I met a guy at the Chassan last night. He has 100 guys in Koilel, beautiful Koilel, great idea. They learn Shas and the whole thing. 100 guys, $6 million. We have 60,000 people, $3 million. So, as I said, we send Gemaras out throughout America, throughout the world. We have people all over the world doing the daf. The Gemaras cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, the whole thing. As we're talking, a couple shows up. The guy's in shorts. If you looked at him, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's Jewish. And he's like, Rebelli, I do the daf with you. It's like, Shalom Aleichem, what's your name? He tells me his name. He's from Argentina. And he got a Gemara. We sent him a Gemara to Argentina. He's been doing the daf with us. Here's the video. So the donor was so impressed because everything I'm telling him, just as if it was scripted, as if we hired this guy to say it. So here it is. He took this video and he sent it to me. This is this is me and Avi sitting and talking to this guy.
Yeah, everything.
But that stuff is boring. This is geschmack.
I know.
By Yiddishkeit.
I know, yeah. But I was studying at morning. In the morning, with an iPad, the Gemara.
Yeah.
He sent me the Gemara. It was a
He
short
sent
one.
you a Gemara all the way to Argentina?
Yeah. I don't know in Argentina how many. But
we had some people.
Yeah,
from
because
Argentina.
I studied in New Jersey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he recognized them. The whole thing is like unbelievable. Okay. So that was one thing. And then Avi had a very close call today. He called me up from video. He's like, I have a big problem. Here's his problem. Rabbi Isai, here's his problem. This handle doesn't work at all. So if it doesn't work at all, how does the Tahuma transfer from outside the door into the house? The handle doesn't work. The handle only works when you have a minimum of a kazayis. And in our case, you have a half a kazayis plus a half a kazayis. 2 half a kazayis. No driver.
Let me show you this video the guy did. Our guys, we have in-house guys,
Big
right? 7 of
round.
them.
An invisible driver. But that's our music from the video. That's crazy. He dropped you off at the place?
Yeah.
Did he park? He just double parked?
To the side and you gotta get out of there for your I dropped one of my AirPods and I'm like, hold on, don't go. I'm going to the store to try to find my AirPod.
1 minute. When you get in, does he talk to you? Do he say welcome?
They give you a whole set of rules to follow, and if you don't touch the steering wheel, and I don't remember all the rules. If you need anything, you can talk to support. I actually called support in the middle. I called my dad to show him what was happening. He goes, "Oh, this is not real." I'm like, "You can talk to a real person right now." We talked to a real person. It's cool.
They pick up right away.
They pick up right away to see what was going on.
It's the future. I mean, 5 years from now, nobody's going to be able. They probably won't even allow you to drive. It's much safer, less accidents, less people dying, no head-on collisions like we had in Bet Shemesh. Okay, Rabbi Yisai, here we go. Oh, I have to do the official edition MDY Shas. The Masechta Beis Yal Sholof. Perik Shi. Yeah, you can make it larger, Kobe. Shkoyach Kobe for being on here. Make the whole screen so I can read it. Just for this. Shkoyach, Perik Chi, dedicated by the Benedict family. Daf Kufchof, Izzy, Ben Oliel. Refuah Shlema for Yosef Shraga Feivel Ben Cyril for full speedy recovery. By David Salomon, what a beautiful wedding. It was so kedai to come. It was very matzliach from all kivunim, from all different angles. Different things happened for MDY, but the idea that we came for the chasana, Avin and myself, and we gave David and his shpacha a lot of encouragement and simcha. It was gishmak. David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Meiri, Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi somebody who was very missed yesterday by the chasana. He was nifter 10 years ago, but it's as if he was nifter yesterday. There was a lot of, they were very, very close to the father, all the boys. The Apologetic Family Foundation, may our limit Torah during the Chodesh El bring us closer to you. May Geula V'Simcha Anonymous, and Tzlach Baruch Nezuigash, and thank you to Chief Betty. Mesech, sponsor Anonymous, for complete Refuah Shlema and Arichas Yom to Leah Bas Esther. Monthly sponsors Chaim and Leah Levi, Yenishmas Abi Moir, Rabbi Yosef Ben Nisin, Zechroina Levracha. Says Chaim Levi called us yesterday, and he told us that not only has his whole life changed because now he gets up at 5 a.m. to do the daf, mikveh, davening, all by 7 o'clock. He has everything, but also he feels like atzlacha in his business as well. Life changing. Anonymous, for my birthday and his schos, atzlacha of my family, Bruchni, and Begashmi, Shmili, and Fegi Konig, in honor of Chaim Levi hosting MDY, Ulatzlacha B'Cholin Yanim, the Tzviz, Refuah Shlema, to Rivka Naomi, Basel, Yishav Batya, Ari Simon. He had a flight, Chaim Levi, just to come to Florida to tell me in person how it changed his life. So Baruch Hashem, it didn't come just for that. I heard it on video. It was Givaldic. The Spanish year sponsors Refuah Shlema to Rabbi Yehuda, Arya, Ben Toiba, and Sarim Perla, Bat Braina, Miro. Anonymous, please daven for Refuah Shlema for the world's greatest dad, Aaron, Ben Chaim Baruch, thanks MDY. Weekly sponsors Simon and Diana Rosenfelder for speedy Refuah Shlema for Gabriel Ben Toiba, injured in an accident. Anonymous Refuah Shlema Etel Bas Matel. Daily sponsors Mazel Tov to a long-standing and dedicated MDYer Itcha Saffron on his bar mitzvah by your loving Chaverim. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov to Mrs. Tuli Saffron on Itcha Saffron's bar mitzvah by your loving Chaverim. Daily sponsors Abba Renner, L'chvoid Rebelli Shlita, Mazel Tov on Lozi's Simcha, and in honor of Mark Ashkenazi, Yishkoyach Anonymous to Moti Belsky. May Hashem bless you and your family with all the good in this world. Somebody came over to me and said, everything you do with the daf is great, but I more appreciate the Shidduch initiative. Hashi Kat, Refuah Shlema for Avram Yaakov Ben Shalamis Leah. Jonathan Gerelik, Refuah Shlema, and successful medical procedure. Chaya Brocha Esther Bas Brela. Anonymous as its cause for a shidduch. Faladav sponsors Anonymous, Refuah Shlema, E Summer, Ephraim Ben Chai Blima. Month, Rachel and Alex Katz, in honor of our beautiful children. May they grow and have a Torah in Yerushalayim. MDY Shidduch Initiative, Freddie Friedman in support of this groundbreaking initiative with credit to Mati Belsky for changing the landscape for Shidduchim. Moshe Wexler in honor of Mark Mati Belsky. I made a boo-boo yesterday. I said Mark is the father. That's Abe Belsky. MDY Kids Sponsors Month. Innovations Simcha Ben Pego and Rivki Yehudas Bas Yavachaya and our kids too. That leaves us with 27 minutes to do the daf. MDY Art, Refuah Shlema Meir Shana Bas Sarivka, Refuah Shlema Mordechai Ben Esther, Refuah Ayelet Daniel Zev Ben Ayelet Esther. The good news is today's daf is super easy. In fact, we're going to start off with 19 lines of Gemara that we learned yesterday as a Chazara, and it's super easy. And you'll see, I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to calm you down that Arva is easy. It's actually super easy. Says the Gemara, Viki the Masni law. Everything we learned yesterday, Amasnisin. On our Mishnah, just we're going to switch the shitas of Rabbi Yochanan and Shlakish. You'll see what I'm talking about. In the Mishnah, it says that if you have the skin and gravy and we're going to see what kippah is, which is what happened to my it's spices. But let me just find my oh, here it is. They all combine with the food for tumah, for the kibetza of tumah that you need. We're talking about a bone here. So now there are bones that are shoimrim, that are protectors of the bone marrow, and there are bones that don't have marrow, but they act as a handle. So you know, we're talking about a shoimrim, we're talking about a protector. Aval nima, but a hair, let have a shoimer. Here is not a protector. Rabbi Yochanan says it's the opposite of what we learned yesterday, but it's the same thing as we learned yesterday, the same ideas. The opposite shita. Rabbi Yochanan says afilu nami havi shomer, here is a protector. What about, if you remember, I'll just show you the video from yesterday. Here we have one guard on top of another guard from that video. In other words, or that mistake I did that I cut well, I didn't do it in the English here. I cut an onion in half. There's layers. That's shomer gavi shomer. We're talking about even without the layers. But yesterday we already discussed, where do you have a concept of a protector on top of a protector? If this is the hair, this is skin, and on top of the skin is hair. So you have hair and skin. So it's two protectors before you get to the meat. So says the Gemara, the hair, the follicle, the whatever you want to call it, goes through the skin and hits the meat. So we're not going to consider the skin, the hide, as part of the shomer. If that's the case, that the hair goes through and through and it creates like a hole, a literal hole. When we went to the hide factory and they were making hides for the Sefer Torah for tefillin, so they showed us how they remove the hair. You're removing the hair. Now, does it leave microscopic holes? When you write, you have to have a complete, undisturbed writing, and when you have small microscopic holes, that disturbs the writing. Says Gemara, you missed the whole point that they said in Eretz Yisrael, since the ink goes right over it and covers it and fills it up, not a problem. If the ink were to like fall in there and leak out of there, that would be a problem. But it just, it goes right over. The cipher doesn't even feel it. It's all part of writing. Eisvei, Rabbi Yochanan Shlakish. So this is all word from word. Like I said, almost 20 lines of what we had yesterday. Eisvei, Rabbi Yochanan Shlakish, Ar sheishal of kizayis basar. You have a piece of hide that has one piece of meat on it. If you touch a little string of meat that comes out of it, or this is what's important to us, or a hair that's opposite the meat. In other words, the meat is on this side of the skin and the hair is on this side. They're opposite each other. So if you touch the hair, what happens? Tummy. My love mishum shomer. We're talking about that it's actual shomer. And if it's a shomer, you see that here is a shomer. La mishum yad. Over there, we're talking about that the hair is actually a handle. You're going to lift up the skin by the hair, and it's acting as a handle, not as a protector. As the Gemara, but what can you do with one hair? When we're talking about the wheat, so here's wheat that has malai, it has the hair. So we're not talking about one hair, because if you pick it up by one hair, the whole wheat will fall off. So we're talking about many hairs that are attached to the wheat. So someone in the Kailo went ahead and he did a little bit of a test to see if it were to fall out. Somebody took it out. Great. Shkoyach. Thanks for taking it out without telling me. Call me. Try to find it and put it back in. There's a guy in the koilel. Here it is. Right here. Okay. Oops. Right here. It's holding one here. That's Elio Jacobs in the background. Huge masmid. And it's not falling. Okay, the Gemara says it falls out. So, but if you hold a bunch of hairs, then great. So, no, we're talking about one hair between many hairs. Says the Gemara, where do we see this? These hairs that come out of the wheat, they give off tumah, they receive tumah, but they're not part of the wheat. As the Gemara over there, what can you do with one hair? It's talking about one of many. So too with hairs, one of many. So Kobe did some research, said that one hair could hold 100 grams. So if you take all your hairs from your head, it could hold a few ton. So you could actually hear, and this we have a...
You could pick up somebody from their hair.
Yeah. It's not a woman, don't worry about it. Oh, so one here is not good enough to do anything. Oh, and there's even another one. I don't know why we need two videos for this one sugya.
Hey, you couldn't catch me. Hey, put me down.
Oh. See the community one and many. Great. Says Gemara later, weiter. Okay, so up until now, was I being honest with you that it's easy? Same thing. Baroitev. We continue to be easy over here. Baroitev, the gravy. My roitev, omarova shumna. It's talking about the fat that flows to the top of when you make soup or whatever, the fat that comes to the top. The fat, it's edible. So why are you saying that it combines with food to become tummy? It itself is food and it's tummy. Says the Gemara, Elo, depends how you read it. In my Gemara it says chalav, the karish. In the article it says chalev. I think chalav is a little better maybe.
We say chalev
in your Gemara?
in the MDY.
Really? That's interesting. And he writes on the side, chalo. It's not chalev, it's more like, I'll explain to you what's going on here. When you cook meat, there's a certain what's the word I'm looking for? Like a liquid, a condensation. Anyways, a liquid comes out of it. So it's not chalev, it's chalav. It's like a milk that comes out. The idea is that
We touch it congealed meat juice.
it's juice. It's not meat. It's juice. Okay. So whatever it is, however you want to read
it. It comes from the meat.
Yeah, it's meat juice. Fine.
Delicious.
Yes. Sort of. Yeah. El chalav the karish. And it's also hard. And we're going to see why it's hard. It hardened. But it's not fat. It's juice. Juice is not fat. Juice is okay. It's the moisture that's in the meat. So the Gemara says, "My ear karish. Why are you talking about that? It got congealed? Kilakarashnami, it's still food. Domer shlokish, tzir shalgabi yarak. If you have, again, like a juice, like something that's on top of a vegetable, mitzdarv like a kiseves, there's a shear on Yom Kippur. How much you eat? Kiseves agasa. It's like one melay lugmav on one side of your mouth. So we call it a kiseves agasa, like a date. B'yom Kippurim. So now you have a half a date, 3/4 of a date, and a little bit of moisture. Is that enough to fill it? The answer is yes. Now there's a problem in Yom Kippur that you can't combine solids and liquids, but over here it's combined. The Gemara says, don't bring me a raya from over there that even though it's a liquid and it's not congealed, that it's considered oichel, it's considered food on Yom Kippur. Over there on Yom Kippur, what does it say in the pasuk? It says, Kichol hanefesh asher lo yisu'una be'etzem hayom hazeh v'nichar samamel. On Yom Kippur, the idea is to be in pain, to be mu'una, to be, how do you say mu'una in English? To be b'tzar. And since this little bit of moisture takes you away, it goes, geshmak. So that geshmak, satisfying? No. What? That's the opposite of.
Right.
Okay. I call upon him. So you have like a
The amount that is going to satisfy.
Yeah, okay, I'll get to that in a second. So you have 99% of a kiseves agasa, of a date, whatever is also to eat on Yom Kippur, plus the 1% of liquid, because that 1% of liquid gives you this So together with the date, it's a full share. The idea of Yom Kippur is to be b'tzar. We're talking about Yom Kippur now, beautiful. Once they asked the Admor Mivizhnitz if he wants to take those vitamins, those pills, that easy fast pills. And their motto was, feel at Ne'ilah the way you felt at Kol Nidre. In other words, all the way at the end of Yom Kippur, you feel like it was the beginning of Yom Kippur. So he says, I'm looking for a pill that when you're by Kol Nidre, you should feel like you're by Ne'ilah. In the beginning of Yom Kippur, you should feel like you're B'tzar, because the idea is to be Mu'una. Great. Interesting, in the parasha it says, Mi'itein v'hoy levavim zeh. Levavim zeh. What does it mean? HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants your heart. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants that you want to do tshuva. You got to try. A lot of people get depressed. I tried, it didn't work. You know what? You tried. You got up. You showed up. You did that. Mi'itein v'hoy levavim zeh. Your heart. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants your Rahman liba boy. So says the Gemara.
They say right.
Right.
We see a lot of times people, they try, and it doesn't work out for them.
Yeah. So you're saying they don't have enough ratzon?
No, Shad is in dover ratzon. Nothing preventing you from having the ratzon.
Oh.
Whatever happens is going to happen. That's
but ratzon enough is not. Ratzon by itself is not enough. Just wanting is not enough. You have to actually take action. Guy takes action. He did something. He changed his schedule. He did it. Just it fell. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, look, he's trying. HaKadosh Baruch Hu likes it. It's not the end game by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's the fact that he made the effort. He made the effort. Obviously, it's about 1,000 times better if you follow through and everything works out. But if not, it's still you get points for it. So over there by Yom Kippur, it's about Inui. Over here, it's to combine, make a combination, to have enough ikar shmitzaref. If it's congealed, then it's considered food. Eli ikar shmitzaref, then it's not a food. Which we're going to see what's food, what's not food. If you take a salad and you make it a liquid, is it a food or not? That kippah, my kippah, amarabo firma. In Hebrew, this would go well. You have a kippah that has a firma. Firma pirma means small pieces of meat. Same question I had before. If it's small pieces of meat, it itself should be tummy because it's food. Elamar of papa tavlin, kippah means spices. Rabbi Isai, Rabbi Kamiansky bought a brand new. I'm going to do an unboxing. First unboxing in middle share. I hope it's powerful enough.
Hope it works.
Oi, we have not sneezed people on this box. Bought this blender because my daughter, in her move, part of the stuff didn't come yet. Oh, schmack. This is gonna be juicy. Okay. Geschmack. Plugging it in. Have no fear. Everything's gonna go great. Ah! Something I don't know about this. It's not like... This thing, whoa! This thing is a powerful machine. This could go into competition with, what is it called that we have? Yeah, the Vitamix. All right, boys, we have a banana, one of my favorites. There's only two foods I don't eat. This and milk. I'll take a banana. Same unboxing. Wow. Geschmack. I just want to see, you know what? I want to put this part in also. Here's a handle. Wow, there's a yad and a shomer. A yad and a shomer together. You agree with me that this is a solid food. I don't think people drink banana juice. Maybe it gets mixed in with something. Banana juice? No, let's see what happens. Is there a cover to this? Okay, here we go. I got this. Yeah, I do want to cover this. This could be great for ratings if it gets everywhere. Hold on. Oh, this is great. I think it had enough. Oh, we need to add liquid. Where's this thing? I know you paid only like $20 for it, but I don't think it's worth $5. It's getting juicy. It's getting juicy. Actually, it doesn't have to be juicy. This consistency is also good. Good. Maybe I should bring it to Eretz Yisrael, sell it for a fortune. Ah, my favorite. This is micha. You take a piece of meat and you bring it to this consistency. Is it meat? What is it exactly? That's today's sugya. We're going to go from top to bottom. We're going to see how it works with truma, with different things. Also, very easy sugya. Says the Gemara. Tanan awesome. Says on the side, it's not a Mishnah. Okay. Hikpa es adam ba'achaloi. You took blood and you congealed it. It's the exact opposite. You took this consistency and you made it a salad. Oh, so that's more like this. You take fat and you make it into a liquid. You liquefy it. Chayav. That's considered eating chaylev, which is also to eat. Chayav. Says Gemara, I understand if you take blood and you congeal it, well, you make it a salad that's showing that you're treating it as something important. You said, oh, I want this. You take oranges, you put in the freezer to make an ice. You made it chash. That's what you wanted. Oh, you hear this? When you take a liquid and you solidify it, you're making it chashav. You're making it solid. When we take our avodas Hashem and you make it solid, you make it chashav. How do you make something solid? If you take upon yourself, you're going to do Daf Yomi, you're going to learn every day. So you learn every day. Meaning, come back from a chasana at 1 o'clock in the morning, you open up the sefer even for 1 minute. By opening up the sefer for 1 minute, you solidified it. You made it solid. You said, what I'm doing, my Kabbalah I did is a solid Kabbalah. No matter what, I'm learning. And then it becomes chashav. Achshuvi achshavei. You make it salad, achshuve achshuve. Kiva akve, you made it salad, achshuve achshuve. Elohim chesachelev ugemai, but the Gemara says, I don't understand. If you do this process, you take something salad and you make it into a liquid. It says to eat it, a food, a salad. That's not eating it, this is drinking it. Nefesh. You're right. It says the word nefesh. Or, since it's my favorite word, I'm going to say love it. Love the shaita word. My granddaughter is in a brand new school. How old is she? She's 4. So she told me a ma'aseh this today. She said that a girl was very mean to her in school. She pinched her with all her might. And then she said that she's a very bad girl. So she said, I wanted to tell her that she's a shaita, but I controlled myself. I didn't tell her that because she went on to explain that the reason why she said she's bad is because she's bad and she's just reflecting because that's what her mother taught her. Eliza, is that true? Don't even answer from over there. She's reflecting. Is it true? You can just nod your head. Is it true that you taught your daughter that when somebody says that they're bad, they're just reflecting their own inner thing? She's shaking her head, yes. Right, Avi? She taught her that. Great. And it worked. She said, but I didn't call her a shaita or stupid. I didn't. Very proud of her. Okay, so says the Gemara, but I like the word shaita. L'rabbis is a shaita. It's to include the shaita with the tough. No, it's a shaita. The person who drinks. So I want to show you this beautiful Rashi here. So Rashi says, Shkoyach Kovi for putting this in for me, if I could get to it. Rabbis is a shaita. Milichsiv, nefesh mashma kol davar miyash daita shalada. What does nefesh mean? How do you see it? Because it calms the person down. Even the person who drinks not only eats, when you drink something after a fast, you go like this, you take a cup of water, it doesn't have to be a Danish, it could be also a cup of water, orange juice. What's a nefesh? Taiva v'koyres ruach. Why is it called that? Because the neshama, the nefesh enjoys it. So it could be that it comes out from Rashi that since nefesh means a taiva, so when you control your taiva, let's say you have a taiva now to eat a piece of chocolate and you don't eat it, so you're moiser nefesh. You hear what I'm saying? Because nefesh means taiva, to eat, to calm yourself down. So by not eating, by not giving into your taiva, like Rashi says in Koyres Ruach, you're actually moiser nefesh. You're giving. You tell the Rebbeinu, so you have to do it in the right way. You say, Rebbeinu Shalom, I'm not eating this piece of chocolate in your honor. Oh, so now you're moiser nefesh. So the Gemara, so we have the same thing. We have chaylev. We just saw by chaylev this idea that liquefying chaylev is like a salad. The same halacha, Rabbi, I'm telling you, it's easy stuff. Same halacha by chametz. What happens if you take a matzah and you crush it into small pieces? Here, like this video. This is an older video, but we need to show it because it's important for the chart. And that's a very simple chart, actually.
Is that everything? Did you also include kitniot?
Of course. Everything is in the box.
Wait, your teeth ate chametz, right?
Shoyse matzah. If you drink your matzah on Pesach, are you yaitz or not? And what if in the reverse? If you eat, instead of eating chametz, you take pizza and liquefy it. Look at his lips, because he doesn't have to. All right. So, himchau gmai. You took matzah, you took something, you took a salad, and you liquefied it. Im chametzu, if you took pizza and you made it liquid, onish kares, and you eat it on Pesach, you get kares. In matzahi, but the opposite. If it's matzah, and you do what this gentleman did, you're not yoitza matzah on Pesach. Why? Why? Torah said you should eat the bread of poverty, of oidi. And this is not bread, this is liquid. You know, the Olam says that in order to buy matzah, you have to be very wealthy. So why is it called lechem oini? Because after you buy it, you become ani. Question is, if you do this to pizza, if you're not yoitza, the matzah, so you shouldn't be over on karas if you eat pizza. It says that you should eat it, and you're not over, you didn't eat it, it's liquid. So another source, we have chelev, and now we have chametz. That if another word in the pasuk, nefesh, and Rashi says that nefesh means to satiate yourself, and the neshama, the nefesh. So third source is by the nevela of oif, just to show you real quickly. So for the new guys, there's a special halacha when it comes to a bird that you have to put it in your throat. Only then you're over on nevela. Only then is it a nevela and is metame you. Against with the plunger. Oh, great. If you liquefied it in the fire, tamei, you still become tamei if you drink it. B'chama, if you liquefied it in the sun, tar, you tar. Now, we asked the question, it's liquid, it's not achila. Nefesh. The rabbi says, we have 3 times that says nefesh: chelev, chametz, and the nevela of a bird. As the Gemara Yachid b'chamanami, so too, if you did it in the sun, it's liquid, it says nefesh. No, b'chami yisruchim masrach, it actually makes it disgusting to imagine something melting in the sun. So these are the 3 things Rabbi is saying. We have chelev, we have the bird, and we have chametz. We have the old man drinking. Okay, that's why I showed you the video. Says the Gemara, I need all 3 because of Rachman Chelev. I only said the word Chelev. Now Gemara is going to do the classic, and we just had it the other day. Maybe I could learn 2 from 1. Just say it by Chelev, and I'll learn from the rest of the Torah. Just say it by the bird, I'll learn from the rest. No, you can't learn 2 from 1. So then the Gemara is going to ask, okay, so take 2 of them and learn the 3rd one from the 2. 2 is great, 2 is stronger. So let's do it together, all on a chart, all super, super simple. If the Torah would only say chelev. Here, did I go too fast? Yeah, no. If it only said chelev on top, and I'll try to learn the oif, the bird, and the chametz from it. That what? If they're liquid, it's considered salad. Chametz le'yasimine, I cannot learn chametz from it. Why? Because the chelev was born like that. So I can't learn chametz. Chametz was once mutter to eat before Pesach. Nevela yasmine, and why can't I learn nevela from it? Shekain onish kares. Oh, this is messed up. No, the opposite. No. The chelev is onish kares. Kobe, if you could switch the ein shas kosher and onish kares, then it'll be good.
Doesn't the chametz have a shas kosher?
Chametz has no, the chelev doesn't have shas kosher. Hold on a second. Let's see again. Before you switch it, he's writing to me something.
Chelev is ein shas kosher.
Hold on. Right, chaylev, but he didn't put it. He didn't put it on there. It's not on top, it's on the bottom. Chaylev. Chaylev doesn't have shasa kosher. Correct. Nevela, nevela should be learned from chaylev. You can't do that. Shekain onush kares. The chaylev has kares. So, it has both. So, Kobe, maybe just put it higher up. Put it ein shasa kosher next to chaylev, and put onush kares next to chaylev. Because now we're going to go weiter. Hold on, Kobe. I gotta keep on going. If it just says chametz, and you're going to learn the two things from it, shekain onush kares. Because chametz has kares. Let's say you did it. Onush kares. Okay. So you put it over there. Because and if it only said by nevela, hanach le'asimine, the two others you can't learn from nevela. Shekain mitamo. Okay, the nevela of the oif gives off toma, so it's stronger, so you can't learn anything from it. We just learned that you can't learn one from one. So let's do this. Two on the top, and I'm going to learn one on the bottom. The two are going to teach us, and we're going to learn one. Hey, Taisa, which one? Don't say nevela, and we'll learn from the two top. They both have kares. I guess he's putting it underneath it. It's not so clear to me, but he put it underneath instead of on the side. Learn chametz from the other two. Chametz had a shasa kosher, the other two never had a shasa kosher. Chametz was once mutter. Super, super easy. Come on, massively, right? Finally, let's learn chaylev from the other two. What just happened to me? I just went blank here. Here. They never have something that's mutter. Chaylev sometimes is mutter. What is chaylev? Mutter, Rabbi says, the Gemara is going to discuss, but basically by a chaya. When you have a wild animal, that's mutter. You're going to talk about the fat of a cow, of a goat. That sometimes it's mutter when you put it on the mizbeach. Sometimes the dead carcass of a bird is mutter when you put your thumb right through the neck. That's called malika. Let me show you how it's done real quickly, if I can find it fast. Here we go, malika. Puts his nail right through the back of the neck. That would create a nevela in private property, private citizens. But in the Beis Hamikdash, that works. So you see that there's a heter to a nevela, so to speak. Velo. So you want to say chaylev chayil lahadit. The fat of a deer is sometimes mutter. Is always mutter. So sometimes fat is mutter. Nevela nami yishir malika the chatasoif l'kahanim. Nevela is also mutter to do malika by the chatasoif by a kohen. So that's mutter to eat. So we are talking about the fat of a chaya for a private citizen. Well, kohanim can do malika. It's not considered chutim machlali because it comes really from the mizbeach. They eat off Hashem. We learned by Shratim, it says hatmeim extra hay. Less are to say tziram, v'ratom, v'kipa shalem, all the juicy stuff that comes out, not just the meat, is also also of a sheretz. Lomali, why do you need it? Ligmar mahani. We should learn from what we just said from these three, from the chaylev, the chametz, and the nevela. And I should learn that the juices of a sheretz are like salad. Says Gemara, no. Tzricha need a special pasuk by sheretz. Like kasav rachmana havamina dayalovim minadin liskinidan. You can only go as far as what these three things that we just learned. Sorry, I went too far. Wow. Hold on, Kobe. Let me just take care of this for a second. Whoever's doing this. Okay. Just like by these three things, you need by chaylev and nevela and chametz, you need a gezayis. So too, avachanami you need gezayis. I'll think by sheretz you need gezayis because you can't do better than what you're learning from. But the fact is that a sheretz is only kahadash. Daf kuf chof amid beis. Let's see the sponsors. Turning to the daf, Encore Healthcare as a schus for Klai Yisrael, this El, Shmuel and Ahova Schuster as a schus for Yimadin, Adar Global Special International Financial Services, Tzvila Betkin, the Zeich Nishmas, Elio Beryl, Ben, Shmuel, Chai. Says the Gemara, as the Gemara, let's just learn out of Shrotzim. Why do I need the 3 psukim over here? I have the Shmona Shrotzim, and let's learn the Nevela of Doiv, the Chaylev and the Chametz from Shrotzim. Says the Gemara, Mishum Dikilim Efrach Mal Shrotzim, Shekain to Masam B'Mashu. You can't learn anything from a Sheret, because the Sheret, it's Matama. How much Avi is the Tum of a Sheret? Kadasho. Vadasanyo. By the way, Reb Chaim, he said, mention your name. Reb Chaim Kanevsky told people, if you have a skin ailment or something, learn Perikah Eir V'Aroitev. You tell people to learn Ketz of the Regel, if they had foot things. I love Reb Chaim and his things. Why? Because he told you to learn B'charis. Because of him, you sponsor B'charis. So Reb Chaim is amazing. Anybody want to sponsor Eir V'Aroitev for $40,000? It's available. I tevel. You didn't give Trumas and Meisers. Ve'chodosh, the new grain. Ve'hegdish, you made something hegdish. Ve'ashviyas, fruit from Shemitah. Ve'aklayin, you have kerem. You have a vineyard that has wheat that grew there. Kula mashkin yezim kemoisam. The halacha is that liquids are like salads, and they're also minal. And how do I know it? And if I'll say, just learn from these 3. Rashi says it over here, only Chaylev and Chametz. These 3, let's go back here. These 3. These 3 are different. Why? Because the Isra happened by itself. Chametz, Pesach comes along. You didn't have to do anything. Nevela, Chaylev. That's great when the Isra comes by itself. But in the list that you mentioned, there's one thing called Hegdish. Hegdish is a human being decides that this animal is going to be Hegdish. So Heicha, the lavis abamelav didn't come on its own. You did it, Minolan. How do I know that the liquids are like a salad? Says Gemara, Gamrinam, because we learned from Bikurim. What's Bikurim? If you have brand new fruit, what? Parsha. This week's parsha, that's right. Those of us who went to shul know. Asher tavim artzecha, asher Hashem lekecha noisim lecha v'sam tabatena. Here, oops. Oh, this one. So the Gemara says we're learning from Bikurim that you bring your first. Here, there's even 2 birds. He says these are the words that we're looking. Kriya, very good. And Hanacha, putting it down on the ground. Thank you so much, Yoshi, for adding those 2 things. Kriya and Hanacha. So we're going to learn from Bikurim. That what? It doesn't come by itself. You bring it. You decide which one is Bikurim. So it's like Hegdish. Ubikurim gufayim and all. How do you know that liquids are like salads? Bikurim the Tanur B'Yosi. Priatamevi, viatamevi mashki. You shouldn't bring liquids. Hevi anovim. But what if you brought the grapes to the Beis Hamikdash? Udrachan in the Azara, as you brought it, you stepped on them and you made them into liquids. Talmud Leiber Tavi the Yaitza. Mamish Tavi is in today's parasha. You can't prove anything from Bikurim because they have 2 special things: reading and placing it on the floor. That what? That the liquid is also. You learn from Truma. Truma Guvam and all. And how do you know Truma? The Iskash the Bikurim, because it's interesting. Bikurim we're not going to learn from, but Truma we are going to learn from. And how do you know Truma? From Bikurim. Damamar. Utrumas Yodecha Elu Bikurim. it says bikurim and it calls it truma. So you see, bikurim and truma are the same. Rabbi say, just remember that bikurim and truma are the same. We learn truma from bikurim. Mali truma, but wait a minute. Sheken chayom aleh misa. You get misa b'dei shomayim if you eat truma. You're not supposed to. V'chomesh, if you do it on purpose, you get misa. And if you do it by accident, you have to bring a fifth, which is a fourth. Ela gomer matar value. We're going to learn a little bit. We're going to learn a combination of both, from truma and bikurim. Let's see if he has anything. Oh, he does. Gishmak. Bikurim, no, not yet. That's later. We can leave it on. No, short up. As we said a second ago, both truma and bikurim, if you eat them on purpose and you're not a kohen, you get misa b'dei shomayim. If you eat them by accident, it's a shaygig. You have to pay a chaymish. Elo hasim truma b'chad mahanach. Oh, now I want this. I want to bring truma, and let's say, oh, the wrong one. Let's see if he has something else. Kobe, take out the chometz and put it instead the chaylev or nevela, one of those two. Because according to Rashi, it's only those two. According to Taisus, chometz works, but why jump into Taisus when we have Rashi? Truma b'chad mahanach. Oimi bikurim b'chad mahanach, or bikurim and nevela. Oh, Kobe's not on? I don't know who's on. Somebody who's on, or maybe tell Yoshi. Can you tell Yoshi that in chart, what chart is this? Chart 4748, take out the word, the chometz. Oh, he's doing it. Chaylev, here we go. Here, he's doing it already. Great. You see it happening live? Let's see it happen live. There, it's happening. Great. V'hadisnan.
Mark's on now. Kobe lost
Okay.
connection.
I don't know. I guess should we stop here? Let's stop over here so I don't miss my flight. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day. Be'ezer Hashem, if everything goes smooth, I'll see you in Eretz Yisrael on Friday. There's going to be a shir at 5 o'clock in Hebrew. And there's going to be an earlier shir also in Hebrew. This daf that I just did now, daf Kuf Chaf on Hebrew. In Hebrew, I don't know when I'm getting to Eretz Yisrael. A little late. The flight was delayed, so maybe about 1 o'clock. Have a wonderful day. See you in Eretz Yisrael.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.